Custom TapeMat simplifies electric floor heating installations with a customized fit. This video is intended to help you plan a trouble-free installation. It is not intended to replace the instructions provided in the manual. Please read the TapeMat and SunStat manuals before installing. The floor should be completely free of anything that could puncture the wire. If you plan to use self-leveling underlayment over the TapeMat, make sure the floor is primed before installing. Carefully remove the custom TapeMat and floor sensor from the packaging. The floor sensor is bundled with the SunStat. Before installation, use a multimeter to test the TapeMat lead and sensor. If your electrician is on hand installing the power supply, they can perform this test for you. Record the result of the resistance test in the installation manual to protect your warranty. Set the electrical meter to the 200 ohm range and measure the readings between the black and white wires. This will be black and blue for the 240 volt TapeMat power leads. Record the ohm reading in the out-of-box before installation table in the installation manual. The number should be within the range printed on the nameplate label. Next, measure the resistance between the ground wire and the black lead. It should display as open or will look the same as when the test leads are not touching anything. Contact the factory before continuing if you see a number when measuring between the ground and another wire. Change the meter to the 20,000 ohm range to test the sensor wires. Place a test lead on each wire. Look up the resistance in the floor sensor resistance chart from the manual to see if the number is appropriate for the temperature in the space where you are testing. Select the thermostat location and have your electrician install the appropriate electrical box. Make sure it's large enough to meet the box fill requirements of your local code. An extra deep box or a 4x4 inch deep box with a mud ring are commonly used. Conduit may be required to protect the wiring from potential damage through the wall. Consult your local code. Chisel or drill holes for the power lead and the sensor wire in the front and top of the bottom wall plate. If conduit is required, ensure the holes are large enough to fit. Begin installing TapeMat by feeding the power leads and sensor wire up to the control or junction box location. Do not remove the label attached to the lead. Take care not to pull the factory splice into the wall when pulling leads into the electrical box. This splice must be embedded in the mortar and cannot be bent. If you purchased a loudmouth sensor with your system, now is the time to connect it. If the heating wire is cut or damaged during installation, the loudmouth will sound an audible alarm. Instructions for the alarm are available in the manual. Unroll the TapeMat in the space where it's to be installed. The power lead should be near the SunStat location. If it's not, a junction box will be required. TapeMat is typically attached to the floor with two-sided tape. Hot glue is another option. Position the floor sensor parallel to and in between the heating elements. Do not run sensor wire across heating elements. Attach the sensor to the floor with a small amount of hot glue. We recommend that the electrician test the wire again to ensure no damage occurred during installation. You may optionally do this test yourself. If you have any questions when installing the TapeMat, consult the manual or contact the factory. Use only approved methods and parts to help avoid possible problems and allow the system to operate safely for years to come. Ordering details and additional videos can be found online at suntouch.com.